Hey, great, and good to be back, and I hope I can get this point across quickly and securely. Right. So what happens when you know something is good, when you listen to a bit of music, for instance, and you can't get into it, even though you know it's really, really good. You know that it's something you would really enjoy. Say it's a young band or something, and you get sort of distracted because of your own internal dialogue, which is not really concentrating on the aspects of the music that you would prefer, So, in other words, if you realise that there is something good about young music, the young sound, and if you realise that, then you understand that everything else that apart from that is not you, is not really you. So when we understand that there is a reason why we feel discomfort, then we know there is another reason why we should feel complete joy. So every time we feel discomfort, there is another truer reason, more positive reason, why we need to be ourselves, and we can feel total joy. So the reason we feel discomfort is because we're letting false information come into ourselves. It's all false. We're letting false information come into ourselves, and it's not the truth of why something exists. So in other words, everything exists for the perfect reason to be what it is, to be what it is. If we interpret that as being something false, not real, or like a lie to us, like it's lying to us. If we interpret it as a lie and say, well, it must be bad because I think this, or I think that, it must be bad for that reason. We are not getting the truth about what it is. We're not seeing that all the reasons that we think are negative are really to do with the fact that it's positive, and we are misinterpreting it, or we are lying to ourselves about it. That's very interesting. That's very interesting, isn't it? So, so there's another reason why we get waylaid, why we can't see what is interesting and what isn't. We get distracted from things. But then another reason we get distracted. We always think we've made a mistake somewhere in our life. We can't believe our lives are perfect. We can never believe our lives are perfect. And we never made a mistake, There is such a joy in knowing you've never made a mistake. When you realise that you never did anything really bad, or if you did something really bad, well, you just have to work it out, But the truth is, if you got here, it couldn't have been that bad. That's all I can say. If you got here, it wasn't that bad, So realise you never made a mistake, Realise you just never made a mistake. And for that reason, there is such a wonder in the world when you can listen to people and hear the exclamation of complete joy and celebration in the world around you, because you never made a mistake, because everything that can respond to something that positive will respond to it. It will respond to you being that positive about never making a mistake, And then you're here, and you got here without making a mistake. So celebrate, really celebrate, and be happy. The other thing I was going to say is, there is a reason why everything is for us, outside of our bodies, outside in our eyes, what we see and what we hear around us. Why it's all for us? Why it's there? Why a butterfly? Why is a butterfly there if we can't be it? Why is a stream running down the hill if we can't be it? Why is a sunset the way it is if we can't be it? It's all for us. It's all meant to be for us. It's all part of our wisdom and our character, And there's no, So let it be it. Let it be that, and don't try and interpret it as a lie or something that's not real. Something that's misunderstood or misinterpreted or confused with something else, don't let it be that. Just let it be what it is and enjoy it. Yeah. Okay, I've said enough. I think everything's working. I hope so anyway. But if it is, I'll leave it there, and I hope to catch you later. All right. Have a good Tuesday evening, and catch you later.